can listen afterwards. We have today a spotlight on two colleagues from DHL in South Africa. Two very, very enthusiastic people, Keeper Bonase and Sade Eiman. Then we have an audience that I'd like to welcome, which are participants from the SOS Children's Villages. We've asked them to join because, of course, most of you know that we partner with SOS Villages, and we wanted to share the knowledge that we've been sharing all year also with these guys. So very, very much welcomed to everyone. I think this session is highly relevant for you guys because Keeper Bonase, our first speaker, is also an ex-SOS Children's Village attendee, I would call him, and his career and the way he's led his life so far and his future plans are really highly relevant, and it's an example of what can be achieved when you tackle life with a lot of dedication and passion. Then we have our second speaker, Sade Eiman from Express, South Africa, and she's also a really, really passionate person. She loves her job, and we'll share a little bit about that. And her big theme in life is music. So what she will share with us also is how she uses that both for motivation, to delight her customers and her colleagues. So I hope you'll find it valuable to hear from people. Some of you hear from them in a different culture in South Africa and Africa, and also in different types of professions and paths they've chosen to take. So with that, I'll hand over to Keeper, and then we'll end with Sade, and if then you have any questions, feel free to ask. Keeper, will you take over, please?
Good morning, everybody. Sorry I was on mute, Michelle. Let me just get my operational side going. Once again, good morning, everybody. Thank you to the Deliver team for the opportunity given to me as well to present this morning. I'll be basically sharing more about myself and my journey. So I put together, myself and Sade has put together basically this presentation to just run you through our stories as well. So basically, obviously today is the basic overview of the day. That would be myself, who am I, and the coach's journey at DHL Global Forwarding, a quick highlight, a final word, and then I'll also hand over to Sade. Okay, so that is me, and I'll basically be telling you my story. Okay, so as I mentioned, my name is Keeper Bonase. Currently, I'm 27 years of age. I'm from Cape Town. I came from the orphanage village, that's the SOS Children's Villages, from a young age of 6 years old, with no biological parents and siblings. Like every child's day-to-day life, I went schooling, and right into my final year of high school, that is then I joined the SOS family as well. Then also a bit of more about my journey with SOS. That is when I basically started after my final year of school in 2013, where I was taught basically self-discipline and independence at a very young age. And obviously that is a teachable age. I then saw the bigger picture of survival, not having a youth leader or not an aunt to watch over me or every move, because at the facility we were given all this, and basically them teaching you of different principles within the organization. Yeah, so my journey with SOS and DHL just came into partnership when I was in grade 10 back in 2010. At this stage in my life, not knowing what I'll be doing at DHL Global Forwarding, came basically that is where DHL came on a regular basis to do some mentorship program and expos for us. This is where I met my mentor, Nisa Ibrahim, who was a mentor for me and who's still a mentor. I I then I made it my ultimate goal basically that I pass the final year, that is in 2012, so that I can apply basically for university and get into that. Obviously, being mentored by NISA, but obviously due to space availability when I applied at varsity, and I was not accepted. This was when I asked SOS then to find something that I can do for the year as I ran out of options. They approached me, or DHL approached in that year just after with a big opportunity for an internship. I believe that sometimes that risk takers always get better benefits than being afraid to try new things. I then asked to apply, not knowing what this entailed and not knowing much about the company. I then came into contact with Nisa to help me with basically the guidelines. She assisted me with drawing up my very first professional CV. I remember when I had to submit the CV, I had to go back again, and she said, no, try again, think of what you want to do, how the CV is supposed to be. She also then taught me about basically the 7 core values of DHL, prepared me for my very first interview and how I should present myself and having confidence in my answers, and obviously always keeping a smile even though I'm nervous. A few weeks later, I got a call back, being very nervous. Once again, my mentor asked for directions, basically to come for an interview. The Monday morning, I arrived at the DHL Global Forwarding premises, which was a big step for me because I realized that this is one of the opportunities and I cannot allow this to destroy me or to miss. I waited about 15 minutes before my interview because I was early and I was nervous. That day, my mentor was not allowed at all. It was myself, obviously, having those feelings. I was then sent to the interview office where I met people who was going to interview me. I remember my ocean freight manager, now currently Mr. Fred Schroeder, also operations manager Roxanne Everly was also there, and at the time as well there was another manager. They've interviewed me, they've asked me questions, and basically I remember the ops manager taking my CV and going through it. Well, the interview was very successful. Even in that same period, I was still looking for my mentor, and she was nowhere to be found. It's as if she knew that if I was going to be there, I was going to, panic and everything. The interview actually went very successful. I waited 2 weeks in panic and stress if I made it, with obviously calling and bothering my mentor. After the long wait, I received the great news that I've got the opportunity to do the internship and will be starting in the following weeks. My mentor once again assisted me with the applications, filling in forms and going to do fingerprint scannings and all the legal documents required at work. I was then given a contract by my manager which stipulated all my responsibilities and what is expected from me in the work environment. This was handed over to me and I asked basically to go home and read through this before I came back signing it. I remember my mentor saying, no, this is a very difficult thing. I will wait for you then. You go and sign. I think after 2 days or so, I came back with my signed contract. I then also joined what is called the Metro Mines institution as well. That is basically to help me with my studies and what I want to do basically within the organization. This is basically just an overview to assist me in the ocean freight department, basically responsibilities like checking confirm booking with the airlines, opening new files at the time with the program called Logis, updating of timestamps and basically a visibility application used within the DHL system at the time. I then joined. I remember my mentor said to me, listen, we have this awesome program that is within the program, and I believe you will grow as well. This program was then called the Go Teach program, where I came to help out and being a role model to other youngsters who would like to know more about the Go Teach program. I had the opportunity to be part of the career week where I saw my mentor in action with DHL Express, organizing, planning, and different activities for students and obviously activities. I also remember my first camp, which was in Port Elizabeth with the Go Teach program. This had to do more in terms of educational basis as well, leadership as well. This covered also fun activities. I remember one of the activities was walking on a rope, which was extremely up in the sky, basically between trees, and me being scared of heights. I remember my colleague Lauren went with me. She was laughing the entire time of me obviously being up as well between these two trees. There was a point I wanted to cry as well, thinking to myself, I'm going to fall off these ropes. But one of the things that they taught me basically was that you can conquer anything that you put your mind to, even if it means that you have to climb on high things, which one of it being heights that I'm scared of. And actually I walked through and I made it quite through it. Also then covering the Go Teach programs with these youngsters, also with the plannings, as well covered work environment exposure for the youngsters. I remember different type of programs or global weeks or career weeks within the program as well, which also covered the environment, work environment, budgeting, and how to deal with your finances. These are just some of the pictures that was taken from the SOS team, basically going to DHL supply chain here in Cape Town, giving them more exposure, and as well, basically you can see the photos. It says it all. As well, with this, obviously, later in the year, I was then offered a permanent job at DHL Global Forwarding as a group operations clerk. Basically, me already being part of the family for quite a few years. I then also got to do, the Global Volunteer Day, having fun at the office as well, getting different certificates. As you can see, these are some of my colleagues. I have a lot of photos, but obviously I had to cut it to a very short time. At the time, my manager, Caroline, as well, handing certificates of, growth as well. I get it every single day of my life, where I'm basically challenged to grow in myself and to grow myself within the company as well. All right, one of the biggest highlights for me within the Go Teach program was to go to the top executive meetings, which was held in Germany. Basically, over there, I had to share the very same journey with the global team, and basically how the program is really helping and assisting in growing and basically mentoring younger generations as well. I got the opportunities as well to meet Michelle. I can mention a few. There is Christoph Selig, who I always meet when I go out to Germany, who is always so heartwarming and always accommodates us as well. I always go to the the Post Tower, which is also one of my places that I love going to when I'm out in Germany, which is also something that I really fear because of heights. I'm telling you guys that Post Tower is so high. I also then got to meet the Deliver team, some of the Deliver team members as well. I can't remember all of them by names. Basically, I met all of them at this concert that we went to. The one evening there was thousands of people, and there was thousands of people that were singing as well, and I was like, wow, this is really such a great opportunity. I've also got the opportunity to also meet Dr. Frank Apple as well. I remember the first time I saw him was at the concert the afternoon before the main one, where everybody was just running to Christoph, and somebody said to me, oh, there's Frank Apple. And I was like, Frank Apple? And everybody was like, you are not hyped up to meet this guy. And I was like, yes, like I see him on the communications all the time. I get to meet him. So I told him, listen, sir, can I take a selfie with you? And then he said to me, no, let me take the selfie. And okay, then we took the selfie, and I was like, oh my word, I have a selfie with Mr. Frank Apple. And I was looking for Nisa as well, who's also gone missing. I was looking for Christoph, who's also gone missing, because there was so much people around. Just to tell them, guys, I met Frank Apple. You have to see the photos that I've taken. After I've taken those photos, Nisa, my mentor, said to me, okay, no, I also want pictures with Frank Apple. Let's go look for him. And we then dragged Christoph with us and with his team, and we went to go look for Mr. Frank Apple. We finally got hold of him, and we took as well a few photos. These obviously are photos at the top executive meeting that we had just before the time, and we took some selfies as well. Obviously, as well with the top executive meeting that we had on my journey to Germany, I bumped into a few people. I bumped into Mr. Amadou, Tobias as well. And these are basically some of the photos. Obviously, my mentor, being a very bubbly person, she loves photos. She was like, please, you need to take pictures with these guys. And I was like, I don't want to take pictures with them, because, you know, they are big guys as well. And I said to myself, okay, let me take these photos. And when I got home, I remember it was stuff that I could reflect on. And I was like, wow, I've actually taken a picture with Amadou, Tobias, and all these other guys, to the point where I could actually communicate with them. And they always said, I remember coming back home a few weeks later when the video was released, where Tobias sent me a message, and he said he's really proud of me. He's really proud of the stuff that I am doing out there, and that I should never ever give up on my dreams. I should push myself. Basically, was reiterating the message that comes from the coaches program with Lee and them, with into Meleng, as well with basically the co-teach program family, DHL family in Cape Town, pushing me as well. So he basically reiterated all of that as well. I've forgot to mention one thing though. I've met a few people also up in Germany, and I made a lot of friends. One of my best friends in Germany being Martin Smith. I remember the one evening we traveled, I mean, for hours on this one bike. I mean, we were on this one main road, massive main road in Germany on scooters. I was so afraid because these cars was riding on this lane that was so fast. And I was like, Martin, you're putting my life in danger. In the meantime, my mentor is in a hotel room, relaxing, checking on calls, being on calls, and I'm afraid of my life here with Martin and his friends. But really, as well, to him as well, as a friend, thank you so much for the journey. Thank you so much for people basically believing in me. Today, I can really say through the GoTeach program, through DHL Global Forwardings, the family as well, in my final words being, we shouldn't fear the unknown in our lives because we end up doubting our greatest competition, which is us. We should learn and appreciate each opportunity given to us, to appreciate the people that believe in you, and remember, you are never too old or too young to achieve. All that is required from you is your mindset and passion. We are born rich, so let us go out there and be an influence to the younger generation. That is it from my side. I will now give over to Ms. Sade Eiman.
Thank you very much for that, Keeper. What a tough act to follow. I salute you. That is amazing. Thank you so much for sharing your story. Hello, everyone. My name is Sade Eiman from DHL South Africa, DHL Express. I am at the customer service division, and today I would also just like to share my experiences with DHL and my walk through DHL, how I started, and also how I am surrounded with music, my passion for music, and my love for customer services as well. So today I stand proud to be an ambassador of DHL. So I just want to tell you, if you look at this picture, this is the very first picture. Actually, the very first picture there is the one I took when I was still on training. And everyone has a story on how they started their journey at DHL, and mine was, I wasn't happy at the previous job that I was at. I was a trainer as well as a supervisor at a small market research company for 3 years, of which I felt that in the last year, I felt that I was not appreciated at all, and the type of person I am, the positive person, the influencer, positive influencer, I couldn't deal with, I couldn't handle it anymore. I went to my husband and I spoke to him. I said to him, I need your blessing. I can't do this anymore. I am going to resign. I have looked for other jobs and I'm not finding, but I cannot do this anymore. And like Keeper said, sometimes in life you need to take risks, and the risk takers are the ones that comes out on top. I took that risk. I resigned, and I said to my husband, I'm praying. It all happened with prayer. I said, I'm praying just to be at home for 1 month, and I know my God will listen to me, because he says that when you are in distress or in despair, call on me and I will be there for you. And with that, I went to my manager and I said, I am serving my 1 month notice. I have found something else, even though I didn't, but I've already blessed myself with that. And that being said, the opportunity came to do an interview. There was a position open for customer services at DHL, and I went for the interview. When I was in the interview, I remember the call center manager asking me what I'm currently doing. I told him what I was doing, but at this point, I'm still serving my 1 month, serving my notice. And I told him that they wouldn't regret having me, because I am coming here with everything I have. I'm coming with my experience. I'm coming with my enthusiasm. I've read about DHL. I know that you guys are passionate. I am a passionate person. Please choose me. When you make this decision, I will tell you that you will not regret it. And with that, they read my resume. I've told them about myself and everything. I went home that day knowing that my interview was positive, because I had faith. I had my family to back me. Even my son at that age, he was 3 years old. He said, Mommy, that's your job. Go fetch your job, Mommy. And you know, a child has a pure spirit. I believed in him, and I believed in God, and I believed in myself as well. So that being said, I waited it was quite a lengthy process. So it took about 3 weeks for them to come back to me. And all that time I'm thinking, my gosh, this people needs to come back to me. I need this. And I left just when I thought to myself, you know what? I'm going to leave everything in God's hands. I got the call and they told me, in fact, they told me that a courier will be coming to your door tomorrow to bring you your contract. Oh my gosh, you can just imagine how I felt. I said, Lord, I could not have done it without you. And I went to my husband, I went to my family. I said to them, guys, I got the job. You know, to me, that is a wonderful testimony that, you know, taking a giant leap is worth it, definitely. So also I would like to then also bring my my view of customer services. For me, I feel that our customer is king. As a customer service advisor, I would consider myself as an artist. Yes, sometimes customers notice my name and they ask me if I can sing like Sade. And I sing them a line over the phone. But that's not, it's not only that. To render a service to my clients, I need to know my product and find a flow to make the product stand out from the rest. So to me, this is like a song that I'm singing to you guys now. This requires passion, commitment, endurance, and a positive mindset. My job is not just to take a call and hope that the customer will be happy. I need to make sure that I answer the phone with confidence and ensure that the outcome will be positive, regardless of whether I can resolve the query or to transfer to a different department. Not only do I represent the brand DHL, I need to become the brand. I bring my passion for music in my way of serving my customers. Like with your favorite artist, as a customer of mine, I want you to come back for more. Look out for new releases, which in DHL would be the products and services, and you fall in love with the artist, that would be DHL. And you know, we should always make our clients the center of the business, because without them, we are nothing. Skipper, if you can move the slide for me, please. So, me being named after the British singer Sade, it's very important that when you name your child, you want them to live up to their name. Not that I regard myself as a better singer than Sade, but the mere fact that my parents named me after a singer and I've got the voice as well. I love singing and I've always been surrounded by music all my life. I started singing at the age of 5 years old. I remember when my mom would sit with her friends and they would play the song Peaches and Herb, Close Your Eyes. And my mom knew that I loved that song. And she would call me and say, come, baby, come sing for my friends. And I would stand with my arms crossed and I would say to them, I won't sing without any money. And back then, a 5 Rand note or a 10 Rand note would be so much. You could buy so much with that money. And when they throw it on the floor, I would go and I would sing for them. Close your eyes, make a wish. And then they would just enjoy it. So I was an artist from a very young age, and I'm still passionate. Although I didn't make it yet, but it's never too late. Like Keeper said, you are never too old to become what you want. Also, my husband was saying to me the other day that, you know, when you dream, it seems that it is far. And when you look at an aeroplane, you look at it in the sky, it looks very small. But when it approaches you, it grows, it becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. That is how you should look at your dream as well, your dreams. It might look small when you think about it, but when you work towards it, it comes closer and closer and closer until you actually reach it. I had the opportunity to be part of the competition. Keeper, if you can move the slide for me, please. Okay, so those are some pictures of me at customer services, always having a smile on my face. You know, guys, a picture says 1,000 words, and you can truly see that I love what I do, and that in the background, if you can look there, it says customer is king, and I was just talking about that as well. That is what DHL represents. We do treat our customers as king because they do bring the revenue in for us, and they keep DHL standing, and we change their lives on a daily basis. So that's why we need to do everything we can to keep our customers happy. If you can move the slide for me, please, Keeper. Yes, so I was talking about this competition. In 2019, I got the opportunity to be part of the singing competition where we celebrated 50 years of DHL Express. There were thousands of entrants for the competition. We sent our videos through to the team in Germany, and the winner would then have the opportunity to be on the stage with Bryan Adams, since DHL started in 1969. So he's got the song called Summer of 69, of course. And unfortunately, I didn't make it to sing alongside Bryan Adams. But as you can see, my picture is in the background there. That is my lounge. I was singing in my lounge, and my picture was there. I didn't make it to Germany. It is my dream to travel the world, and Germany is one of the places that I'd really love to go to as well. So my voice got it there, my face in the background got it to Germany, but physically I didn't go there yet. So you guys need to look out for me. I will be seeing you guys very, very soon. And yes, I was a bit disappointed, but I didn't lose faith. I didn't lose hope. I was thrilled because my video was one of the selected ones to play behind Bryan Adams, and just to also just give you a motivation that I did get recognition for my music in another form. I was honored with an article in the 50 Years DHL magazine delivered, as I had caught the attention with the song I created specifically for DHL certified program during my initiation course. So we went for, I went for my induction a year later than what I started. So we went for 1 week induction, and at the end of the program, I asked the trainer. At that point, I said to him, you know what, I've got something that I'd like to sing for the team, if you don't mind. And he said to me, no problem. I actually had this idea on the day before on my way home, where I heard the song playing on the radio, Ghetto Superstars. And I thought, you know what, since DHL has superstars, I'm going to make my own rendition of this song. And they recorded me while I was singing the song, and the song ended up in Germany. That's how Michelle got hold of me, and she interviewed me, and that's my my article that was in the Delivered magazine. And this is a huge milestone for me. I can show this to my kids one day and tell them that the little that you do can touch so many different lives. You don't really know what you do to other people, but that's why wherever I go, I always try and put a smile on someone's face, because I hear it myself. The words that I speak falls on my ears first, hence I would make someone else happy. In the same process, I would make myself happy. So that is me, that is Sade. And I'd like to just sing a little bit of the song that I've actually sang on that day, and it goes like this. Digital superstars, that is what you are, coming from afar, reaching for the stars. Come away with me to reach quality, and we'll rely on each other, ha ha, from one checkpoint to another, ah. Thank you very much, guys. That is me in a nutshell. I've got a last slide, I think. Keeper, if you can, please.
So, yeah, I do apologize. That's out of my hands, but I did. Hi, Jamie. I will stop sharing my screen, and then you can share yours.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Yep. So Sade has a video to show. Can everyone see my screen? Can someone confirm, please?
Yeah, working. We're just hearing it without sound, though.
For some reason, there's no sound, but there is a song we sang, Ain't No Mountain High Enough, to Ken Ellen when he visited South Africa. I'm not sure why there was no sound, though.
Yeah, we can share this video in the follow-up email so everyone can see it.
Yeah, so actually this is a new one for us. Lisa just tells us that Skype doesn't allow sound. Okay. Right. Sorry about that, guys, but I think you can understand. So we had heard the video, and so Sade and her teammates did a really cool song for Ken, and even if it was a bit bumpy, I think you can also see that Ken Allen, who, of course, sorry for those of you who don't know him, this was the former CEO of DHL Express, Mr. Ken Allen, who also loves music. Made a visit to South Africa, and these guys did a brilliant song for him, and you can see that he thoroughly enjoyed it. So with that, Thank you so much, Sade. Thank you so much, Keeper. Question, does anybody have questions to Sade and Keeper or any comments? Please
Let
speak
me
now.
unmute the audience so people can also ask questions.
Yeah.
So I've unmuted everyone. You can unmute yourselves and ask something if you have a question. So we have one in the messages. Hi Sade. Hope you know that Sade has Nigerian background.
Yes, actually, my husband was telling me that the other day as well. And I had a few customers that actually asked me if I'm from Nigeria. And I actually said no, but I heard that my name originates from there.
I don't get what happened. What happened to Nigeria? I didn't get that part right.
Like, I'm not sure if we actually have questions or some people don't realize that they've been muted, but Jamie may be mute again.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the
so
person.
Looks to me like nobody has questions.
It's Nisa here. I have a question for Sade. Did you, at any given time, I mean, of course, I know it was a scary journey, but what made you actually take that leap to join the program? I mean, the DPDHL group. I know you've said it, but what was your inner gut? You know, because I mean, you made such a decision.
Yes, Nisa. Actually, my brother worked for DHL for almost over 10 years, and when I was younger, I used to go with him. He was a courier. When I used to go with him school holidays to work, I would see that how he enjoyed what he was doing. And later, growing older, I always said that, you know what, I want to work for DHL. If an opportunity arises, I would definitely take that with both hands. And at that point, when I took the decision to actually resign from my previous job, that's when the interview came. So with God, timing is always it's always with his time. I've been unhappy at that company that I was, but it took me almost 2 years to get the opportunity to work at DHL.
And the fact that you are married with children, I mean, you didn't have the opportunity from a younger, you know, being sort of on your own, getting this opportunity. I mean, that must have felt so fulfilling, you know. Brave is the word I wanted to use for you, and beautiful, and I can feel your soul. So thank you so much as well from my side. You know, the Go Teach program has been a journey for all of us, and both you and Keeper must know that us as mentors and ambassadors for this program has learned so much more than you will ever know. So also the teachings from you and Keeper has inspired us, your mentors, your people, you know, our group, to become better people, to think better, to know that everything, like an opportunity will happen. As you know, how old are you now, if I may ask, or you don't have to answer on this on this platform?
No, I'm 34 years of age.
But
I'm very proud of my age.
Okay, so I mean, challenges, you know, as in countries, I don't want to just mention South Africa, but countries, you know, it is challenging for education, but you also sought a platform to be able to be the best version of you. So thank you for your share.
It is only my pleasure. Thank you so much, Nisa, for those words. I take it to heart.
You've made my year for this very, very trying year for 2020. So thank you for this lovely little wish for the year. Thank you.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. Thank you, Nisa.
We have a couple here that came in. So Ichumineng asked whether you're a Go Teach mentor. I think you are not. And then Lee
I am not.
Yeah,
I'm not,
Lee,
but I would actually, I'll have to speak to Keeper and them. I would actually like to be hands-on with that as well. It seems like a very nice journey. So I would like to hear more about it, yes.
And that's what Lee is asking as well. And
She's officially a mentor right now. We've got her.
And then, so I think I could summarize a little bit, because we have 3 questions in. So we have, Ambrose is asking, Keeper, where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? And then I think to both of you, you have more or less 3 times this question. What message would you, both of you, like to share with the young people on this call? What did help you most on your way, and what does it need in order to succeed? So maybe Sade and then Keeper.
Yes, that's a very nice question. At this point, I'm not a Goatich mentor, but what I would like to say to the young people is that they believe in yourself. Believe in yourself and surround yourself with positive people that looks out for you. Also, given whatever situation you are in, because young people are faced with a lot of challenges at this point. There's peer pressure, there's drugs, there's alcohol, all of those things that will prevent you from getting to your dream as fast as you would like. So basically, abstain and surround yourself with people that are positive. That's what I've been doing. I've always looked up to my older brothers and sisters. I'm the last of 5 kids, and I've always my brother always told me that look at our mistakes and try not to make the same mistakes. So as you guys have mentors, and you during your walk of life, always look at other people's experiences and learn from them.
And Keeper?
Hi, good morning. Where I'd like to see myself in 5 years, that is a very difficult question to ask. As I got to love more now the operational side of things as well. But obviously, one of it being obviously to be full on hands on with the Coach program, basically also to inspire and to be more involved with the program. I believe that if you as a leader can inspire others in the young age, they have the ability to come back to you once they are older and to say thank you to you, and really that is what happened to me. I could have the ability to say, listen, thank you to my mentor, thank you to the people who was there for me. What really got me and to help me on my way, I think for the past few years I realized something that my colleague that I work with, Lauren, has taught me, that you cannot think rich with a poor mindset. In the same aspect, that you cannot be surrounded with people that doesn't have the same vision as you. So yes, you might take a turmoil in life and things don't work out that way, but it is always important to select people in your life that has the same vision as you. Yes, things go wrong in life, yes, when it comes to youngsters selecting subjects, when it comes to them basically selecting things for career aspect, we really do not know. But it is my encouragement to always find somebody that believes in you, because at the end of the day, that person that believes in you will always motivate you, even though you don't have the answers, you don't have the directions. For example, the Go Teach program, if it wasn't for them, not that I'm giving all the credit to them, but really as majority of that or percentage of that would say that because of this program, I then got a sense to saying, listen guys, you plan for this, but try this way. This way might give you the opportunities or doors that you haven't seen coming. Again, just to, in a summary, never ever look at your failures as a bad point, but look at it as a good point, because the fact that you've started means something. And always surround yourself with people or with people that has your mentality and your vision at heart.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Keeper. Thank you, Sade. I think that's all the questions.
I think there's one last question, I think. Yeah, it says, thanks for your visible work-life balance. How do you make this possible for young people to emulate? I'm I'm not sure if this is directed to Keeper or Sade. Maybe one of you, if you would like to take this question.
Yeah, I can take it. So basically, as well, it's everything has to do with. I always say this, and Nisa always says this, that time management is very important in your life. If you look at myself, I am in photography at the moment. I'm busy with, church activities. I'm busy with life activities. Also, obviously, finding new things to educate myself. I always say that prioritize your time according to what you think is best for you and what will grow you. So time management is of very much importance, and like I always say, get someone that will always be your reminder to say, listen, did you do that? I think you forgot that. You understand? So that is very much vital, because you can have a lot of titles on your name, but if you cannot manage time, you will lose out much more.
Keeper, you've actually just said what I've had on my heart as well. Time plays a big, big part. You need to make time. That's how you balance your life. With me as well. I'm a underdeacon sister in our church as well, which we work with the youth. So we really need to, with youth also, you need to make time for them as well. Make sure that you show them that you care as well. Like Keeper also says that do surround yourself with people that are on your same wavelength, that has the same values that you have. So yes, that's also what that's all that I would like to add as well.
Great. So I think we've had some really good advice from you guys. Very passionate examples of how to live life and move forward. So I'd like to thank you both for that. You've both inspired me. I think so. Sade and I, we've never physically met, but we've engaged quite a bit. And Keeper, I have had the pleasure of meeting. Super passionate people. So I hope everybody on the call enjoyed it. I hope you got some value out of it. It looks to me like some people from Go Teach may want to speak to Sade going forward to see whether she could either present or do some work with you. And with that, thank you so much for attending, and wish you all a really good weekend.
Thank you very much, Michelle. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.